Every mythology on earth tells the same story. A mortal, broken and small, walks a path, and at the end of it, they're not mortal anymore. Not because they got lucky, not because they were chosen, but because they went through 7 stages that stripped away everything they used to be. Today we break down those 7 stages, the ones philosophers, monks, and warriors across history all quietly agreed on. This isn't mysticism. This is a blueprint. Stage 1 starts with something most people spend their whole life avoiding: the death of the old self. Not literal, the death of who you think you are. Every identity you've built, the roles, the labels, the story you tell about yourself, has to be seen clearly, and then let go. This is why every tradition that talks about transformation starts with loss. You cannot become something new while gripping the old shape. Most people never get past this stage. They mistake comfort for identity, and they never let either one go. Stage 2. Mastery of the body. Stage 2 is physical, not vanity, command. A god myth is never weak, not because strength is the goal, but because the body is the first thing you must prove you can govern. If you can't control hunger, sleep, comfort, small daily urges, you have no foundation for controlling anything larger. This stage isn't about six-pack abs. It's about the body obeying the will, instead of the will obeying the body. Stage 3. Mastery of the mind. Stage 3 moves inward. The mind. Every ancient path to power agrees on one thing: an untrained mind is a liability, not an asset. Thoughts arise uninvited. Emotions hijack decisions. Most people call this being human. The path calls it the first enemy. Mastery of mind means watching your thoughts instead of being run by them, creating 1 inch of space between impulse and action. That 1 inch is where every disciplined person on earth actually lives. Stage 4. Mastery of emotion. This stage is the one people confuse with weakness, emotional mastery. This isn't suppression. Gods in every mythology still feel rage, grief, love. The difference is, they aren't owned by it. An untrained person reacts in half a second. A trained one feels the same wave and chooses the response anyway. This stage is often the longest, because the body and mind can be trained through repetition. Emotion has to be trained through exposure. Stage 5. The forging of will. Here is where most transformation stories actually begin. The forging of will. Will isn't motivation. Motivation is a mood. Will is a decision that doesn't ask your mood for permission. This is the stage where discipline stops being something you do and becomes something you are. Every myth has this moment: the forge, the trial, the desert, the mountain. Different settings, same process. Pressure creates shape. Stage 6. Transcendence of fear. This is the one that actually separates the myths from the ordinary. Transcendence of fear. Not fearlessness. That's recklessness, and it gets people killed in every story ever told. Transcendence means fear is present, acknowledged, and simply no longer the one making decisions. Every god myth crosses a threshold here. The underworld, the abyss, the unknown. It's never optional. It's the price of the next stage. Stage 7. The act of creation. Stage 7 is the one people misunderstand the most: becoming a creator. In almost every mythology, the final marker of godhood isn't power over others. It's the ability to create meaning, structure, life, work that outlasts you. This is the stage where the first 6 stop being personal exercises and become something the world can actually use. A being who has mastered body, mind, and emotion, but creates nothing, isn't a god in any story, just a hermit. The final stage was never about ascension. It was about becoming someone worth building a myth around through what you leave behind. Let's put it together. Death of the old self, mastery of the body, mastery of the mind, mastery of emotion, the forging of will, transcendence of fear, and the act of creation. 7 stages, no shortcuts, no chosen ones. Just the same path, walked by anyone willing to actually finish it. Most people will hear this and do nothing with it. That's fine. That's stage 1, filtering itself out already. If you actually want to walk this path, stage 1 starts today. Not with a plan, but with letting go of who you've been pretending to be. Subscribe if you want to see each of these 7 stages broken down in full. 1 video at a time.